Have you ever hit a major goal, something that you worked months and maybe years for, and you thought, yes, this is it, only you feel underwhelmed? Guilty. Or maybe you're trying to achieve something right now in your life, like a promotion, a new home, a new relationship. And I want to give you a warning because many of us chase goals thinking that they're going to bring lasting happiness. But then after the celebration fades, we might feel let down, even depressed. So in this video, we're diving deep into this feeling known as the arrival fallacy. And stick with me until the end because I'm going to share how to never have that feeling again. So arrival fallacy is just the belief that once you achieve your goal, it's going to make you happy. And you know that saying, the joy is in the journey? Yeah, that's where it comes from. So we have to find a way to focus on the journey, which is way harder to do, easier said than done. So the first thing you can do is to stack your meaning, not just your milestones. So this means don't let your identity hinge on one achievement. Instead, you connect your goals to your deeper purpose or value. I think pertinent to this is talking about knowing your why. I can't believe how much health coaching is coming into my YouTube channel. This is great. And it's usually not as obvious as you might think. Your brain is going to trick you into thinking, oh, I want to do this because I want to be healthy. I'm talking about losing weight, right? That might be part of it, but usually it has way more to do with like your self-confidence and feeling good in your body, right? And so check yourself on your goal, especially if you're a creator like me. I had a goal to become a Twitch partner. So why did I want that? Well, part of it was for all the reasons I was saying out loud. I wanted to be able to have a Twitch team so I could help people. I wanted to grow. It was a natural progression, right? But also, and I talked about this in one of the videos I just made, I wanted to belong. You know, I had this void inside of me. This is human nature. This is something that we all have. And some of us have a more healthy relationship with that. So we got to check ourselves. And so you can ask yourself, why does this matter to me beyond the applause? So for example, instead of, I want 100,000 subscribers, you could try, I want to help people over 40 reclaim their creative voice. That's where I'm at. Wait, I always forget to do this. Hi, I'm Lavonda. I help 40 plus creatives, whether that's streamers or YouTubers or podcasters. Anyway, it's great to meet you if I don't know you. The second thing you can do is to build ongoing rituals, not just an endpoint. So what you essentially do is you replace the big finish line with sustainable little rituals that kind of keep you anchored. So you could try a weekly check-in where you reflect on your growth, or you reset your intentions, or you reconnect with your community. I think this gives you a sense of rhythm and not just rush. So what are some ways that you can chunk your goal into smaller, more meaningful goals? Like, say for instance, you want to lose 20 pounds and you're working really hard and you're seeing some success, but still the 20 pounds feels like so far away. What are you going to do? How are you going to remember that the joy is in the journey, especially for something like that? Goddamn cars. What I used to do when I was health coaching was I would make my clients, every session before we start, I would ask them, what's going well? What one thing happened this week that you feel really good about? And that's really hard for people to do. You know, I realized that people have a much easier time saying what's wrong. And this makes sense. Like, that's how we're built. That's how we've evolved and we've survived, because we are constantly, our brain is looking for the negative. The third thing you can do is plan your post-win landing zone ahead of time. So before you hit a major goal, decide what is going to happen next. ask, what curiosity do I want to follow, or what mini project will I savor once I'm done? And I think this helps you avoid the emotional vacuum that comes after that huge peak. The fourth thing you can do is to reframe your definition of success. So instead of tying success to metrics or external validation, define success as a state of being. Like, example, success means staying creatively curious. Success means having time to rest. This is going to make you more resilient to ups and downs. What's your definition of success? Leave it in the comments for me. I think success is really tricky to try to define. And I wrote a newsletter about this a while back. How do you know you're a success? Is it you have X amount of followers or you make X amount of money? I mean, that might be for you. I would kind of believe it goes a lot deeper. Success for me is feeling good and not attaching like a desire to have people clap for me for something that I'm doing creatively, like this video. Shit, it might not get any views, and that's okay. That's okay, because I am out here, it's sprinkling, I'm trying something new, I'm engaging this creative part of my brain. There goes a car. And it's really exciting and it's fun. And I'm being pushed to video myself, vlog style, out in the wild. This is fantastic. Success, in this instance, is that I had the balls to come out here and do it. The fifth thing you can do is to give yourself a graceful pause. Because sometimes the letdown is your nervous system saying, can we please breathe now? So normalize taking a break after a big goal. It doesn't mean you've lost momentum. It just means you're letting your body and your mind catch up. I am hoping that that is what's going on for me. Whew, really tired. So celebrate and rest and then create. Give yourself a graceful pause. Whew. This is counterintuitive to all of the things that we are taught in our society about productivity and moving and going and making and being and doing. Sorry about that. So maybe just give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to go, I know I'm going to be tired after I do this thing. And plan for that. Normalize it. Build it into what you already believe about reaching a goal. Let me know if you like this vlog style. I got this idea from Rob, the Maritimer. Shout out, Rob. My arm is tired. How do you do this, Rob? But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.